welcome back. I am Lance. Today we're watching a video by Story Mode, aka Internet Historian, Alien Isolation Expleened. I kind of teased this in my community, and then I just ended up coming out with a different video, so surprise. But we're going to do this video today. So before we get into it, I'll leave the link down for Story Mode down in the link down below, so you can check out their channel. And of course, it's Internet Historian. You can check out his channel. And of course, come back to my channel, like, subscribe, hit that notification. Always, if you want to leave a comment, that'd be great. It helps with the algorithm. It's great to get some feedback. If you want to say hello. So, and that's about it. Let's get right into this video. Here we go.
Make video happen. Previously on the film Alien from, what was it, 1979? There's a freight ship called the Nostromo. They are arriving at a planet called LV-426. Look at that. Alien, wouldn't you say? This pilot is dead. There are a bunch of eggs around. One of the crew gets their face hugged. Free hugs! They bring him back to the ship.
Not the meme, free hugs. That's the last thing you want to get a hug from this. Oh, Jesus, look at that. Oh, Satan's hand right there. Jesus
Ship
Christ.
for medical care. The face-hugging creature falls off their friend and he seems fine. But then, I'm having breakfast and suddenly my stomach has exploded. He shouldn't have had all of those pop rocks. The creature goes running around and then it rapidly evolves into a monster. And it starts picking off the crew one by one. Also, plot twist, one of the crew is an android. Ripley kills them all because she's pretty cool. And then she gets on a lifeboat, but the alien is also on the lifeboat. Ellen, is her name really Ellen?
Ellen Ripley, yes.
Okay, so Ellen ejects it out into space.
And the moral of the story is don't eat uncooked eggs. Salmonella.
Exactly. You go to some supermarkets, they keep them in the fridge section. You go to some supermarkets, the pantry aisle. What's up with that? What's this game?
Alien.
Wait a minute. No, there's no, come on. Who keeps eggs in the do some stores really do that? Put eggs out like on the regular shelves, not like that don't sound too kosher to me.
Isolation.
Right, that explains the preamble. Who are you?
I'm the Queen.
Oh, Your Majesty. I heard you are loaded now that your husband died.
Also, the paycheck from Story Mode is just so sufficient.
The game opens to Sigourney Weaver's final recording at the end of the movie Alien. Now, she says, oh my god, I'm Sigourney Weaver, and also,
the other members of the crew are dead.
I'm going off to hypersleep. I'm so tired. Now, we suddenly wake up to our new protagonist, Amanda Ripley. Right, so this is the daughter of Sigourney Weaver. We're just going to call her Ripley, right? Keeps it easy. So she's welding machinery in a cargo bay. And then a man walks up. Oh, a man.
This is a man's world! I'm Samuels. I work for the company.
Amanda ignores him and continues to weld. Can't you see I'm busy?
Yes, Queen.
He might be your boss, you idiot.
Yes, Queen. Work, bitch.
He says, listen, I got news about your mom, XD. We might have found her. Let me just stop welding for a second. Samuel says, so there's this vessel and it's called the Anesidora. It recovered a flight recorder from the Nostromo. Now that's important because if you remember from the preamble, your mum was aboard the Nostromo some number of years ago.
We might have found your mother. It's a black box.
Do you think she's in here? Yo, Samuels, why don't you tell me what the recorder had on it? Did it say, I love you, daughter, because you are my daughter?
I don't know.
That's right, Samuels doesn't know because nobody knows what's on the recorder yet.
The flight recorder's been taken.
Hold on, what is this voice that they
The head on it. Did it say, I love you, dog? Some number of years ago.
We might have found your mother. It's a black box.
Do you think she's in here? Yo, Samuels, why don't you tell me what the recorder had on it? Did it say, I love you, daughter, because you are my daughter?
I don't know.
You are my
That's
daughter.
right, Samuels doesn't know because nobody knows what's on the recorder yet.
The flight recorder's been taken to Sevastopol Station, and it needs to be collected as soon as possible. I'm going out there in 2 days on a ship called the Torrance. Do you want to come along?
Okay, why don't you tell me some more about Sevastopol Station?
It's a
boys.
space station.
Wow, okay, I'm sold. Let's go. Alright, so there are quite a few ships and stations, and it gets pretty confusing. So here is a diagram. Ripley is getting on this ship to go here. Then they're going to transfer to here to see what's on the black box, because this ship retrieved the black box and put it here. Got it? Alright, so a few days later, Ripley awakens from hypersleep aboard the Torrens, and she heads out to see the rest of the crew. Oh, Samuels, let me give you a big hug. I miss my mom.
Taylor is in the dining room, and she's feeling ill from hypersleep. So, a little background on Taylor. She's a legal executive from Weyland-Yutani.
Ooh, that's very suspicious. What is a lawyer doing here?
The loss of the Nostromo and its cargo cost the company a lot of money. It's important we find out what happened. If I can close the case with a conclusive accident report, it'll look great with my superiors.
All of a sudden, it's the intercom. Please come to the bridge. At the bridge, Ripley, Taylor, and Samuel speak to Captain Verlaine because they are ready to go from this ship to the station. Make sense? While approaching the station, they notice something has damaged the docking bay. Come in, Sevastopol. How am I supposed to dock without a dock? And the guy at the station replies, so, they have to actually go out into space with some spacesuits.
Just shadow me, Taylor. You too, Samuels.
Affirmative.
Affirmative. But there's no time for fancy words right now because an explosion happens. Hold on, Your Majesty. And Ripley manages to grab hold of the station. You won't stop me from getting to that black box that easily, says Ripley to herself aloud. Aha, good.
First of all, why would you bring that lawyer with you if you're just about to board? If you're having issues boarding, they don't have like a docking bay. So you send one person out there, or at least like your team of people who are used to doing that kind of job, not lawyers. Lawyers should just stay there until everything is all situated and A-okay. I don't understand that. Why she was the lawyer was the second one. It was like Ripley, the lawyer, and dude that she hugged when she got out of cryo sleep. Forget his name. Daniels, whatever his name. Davison. Harley Davidson. What was his name again? I hit the wrong goddamn button. God damn it.
Good thing you left this hatch here for me. She makes it inside, and then she takes a lovely nap. And she has a lovely dream.
It takes a
It's
lovely
of
nap after all
ad
that.
time. Breaking news. Raid has been available for PC and mobile for several years. Here's me on the scene to tell you all about the new things with Raid. Oh my god, it's the Path of Light event. It's so bright I can see all of...
Do you know anyone who plays this game? I know so many YouTubers who get sponsored by this, and I would actually take a sponsorship. Also, Raid. I'll play the fucking game for you. I'll promote it. But besides that, I never seen anyone play this game before. Do you personally play the game? Do you know anyone else personally play the Raid game? Is it a scam? Is it really a game that's worthwhile, or is just like anything that you just have to throw money at almost practically? Some of these games are pay to win or whatever they call it.
War Maiden's makeup. Explore 3 branching paths to get the rewards you want the most. And don't forget to get your Trundra Gill Mallet skins. Heaven forbid you forget. Also new champions. Deliana, High Elf, Pisces. To get her, all you need to do is log into Raid for 7 days between now and July 20th. As you can see, I'm standing outside the Doom Tower. Watch as I climb. The rent is outrageous, but look at that view. Ho ho. Quick story mode about the Doom Tower. So this thing is a giant prison, and there's a guy called the Arbiter, who she locked up some bad guys in the tower for thousands of years. But then Siroth showed up, and the Arbiter doesn't have the power to stop the tower from falling. Oh no, it's up to you, champ, to save the day. But how do you climb the Doom Tower? You beat up all the bosses, you threaten all the tenants, and in return you get a bunch of rewards. Or you can simply use the stairs. New bosses time. Spider-Boy, Frozen Spider-Boy, Crab, others. So we've run some fairly extensive analysis, and we have found that Avenger has the largest boobs in the game. Also, Yaga the Insatiable has the largest cock. Back to you in the studio. So get raid today. Have it on in the background while you're watching this video. Raid your mum's credit card today. Click the link description or QR code scan to get unique bonuses worth $30. Get a free epic champion. The Kissless Vergis. 200k silver. 1 energy refill. 1 XP boost. 1 ancient shard. Only available to new players for the next 30 days. Old players, disgusting. New players can enter the code MyDeliana to get 50 XP brews, which can instantly get Deliana to level 50. And also a ton of silver. Back to you in the studio. Breaking news, Lizard Man is bi-curious. Ad over.
Rise of Kingdoms PC version is finally out of its beta. Rise of Kingdoms is a history strategy-based game.
Now, Ripley wakes up in the pressurized room and decides to head out into the station to find help and also a boyfriend, hopefully.
And maybe
her mum. So the station is unusually dark and abandoned. Ooh. I hope nothing bad happens like an alien. Ripley then continues on her way and arrives at a spaceflight terminal. Now it's completely dark and super spooky, and there's also lots of graffiti everywhere.
Someone new.
Maybe it's just a typo. Someone new. Hello. And then she looks out the window, and it's the Torrens. Ripley tries to get their attention, but the window shutters closed. On an nearby computer, there is an email to all employees, and it says, no one is allowed to enter the station. No one's allowed to leave. And there's problems on board, but don't worry, because those problems are just rumors. Don't believe the rumors.
Is there an alien on the station? Mostly false.
Alright, so Ripley continues. She reaches the end of a hallway and she sees a shadow of a person dart across the room. Wait, do you know where my mom is?
There's a big door that Ripley wants to get out of, but it's got a big bolt on it. I need a maintenance jack, so I'm going to look around for one.
Ah, there he is, maintenance jack. Oh no, he's dead. But that's all fine, because on his corpse is a tool, which we can steal. Just as Ripley is about to open the main exit, however, a gun is pointed at the back of her head. She turns around.
It's a bald man.
Who are you? I'm from off station. I was on a ship once, much like my mother was.
There are no ships here.
Well, there are now.
There's something else on the station. A killer.
Why don't you tell me your name?
Axel.
Now let me ask you this, Axel. Can you help me find my crewmates and also the comms?
I want to know what's in it for me.
I got an extra ticket out of here for you, and it's got your name on it. See, I wrote Axel on it.
Okay, if I help you, you will help me get off the station.
Correct.
The comms are in the tower of the station, and I know how to get there. Let's go, Ripley, to the transit station.
They head off. Eventually, Axel says,
Ripley, you better hide.
Oh, okay. There are other passengers walking through the hallways, but they say that if anyone comes down there, they're gonna shoot.
Ripley and Axel sneak their way around the crazy survivors.
But then Axel goes, bang!
Ripley's like, oh no, Axel, why'd you kill that man?
I don't know.
Suddenly, Axel hears something. They both turn and there's slimy substance that drips from the ceiling onto Axel's shoulder.
Well, everyone's trapped in the dark and alone, and there's nothing else to do.
Suddenly, a big spiky tail impales Axel through the chest.
Oh no, it wasn't jizz. Ripley immediately runs for the transport lift, and she presses the call button. Come on, come on. The transit arrives. Ripley jumps in. The transit heads towards the Systech Spire. What's the Systech Spire?
It's where the radios be at.
Ripley gets out of the transit and makes her way to the main lobby. Suddenly, Ripley is shot at by a looter. The looter runs off to alert the others.
Guys, over here! Someone's here!
On the ground. Look at that, Ripley. It's an access tuner. It is
It's a
a
Game
hacking
Boy.
tool. It's just a Game Boy. But the circuits are fried. I can fix this, says Ripley, but I will need a data cell. Suddenly the looters return.
Ripley then sneaks off around them and goes to search some nearby offices for a data cell. In the offices, Ripley finds a revolver. Ooh.
It won't help you, Ripley. I'm the alien. I've come in early in the scene. No, I've come in early in the scene.
Out of here. Ripley also finds the flight recorder unit for the Nostromo, but when she goes...
Too bad you can't chase those aliens away with just a simple push broom. Oh my god, that'd be the best way to... Could you imagine watching the movie and they, instead of just shooting, they just used a bunch of brooms and, oh my god, they're just scared away. Jesus Christ. Oh my god.
Goes to check the data on it. It's been corrupted and wiped. I'm pissed off. I'm gonna throw. Suddenly, the door closes behind her. She's locked inside. No, not yet.
Oh, okay. Never mind. So, Ripley repairs the access tuner and uses it to open the door. But, on her way back, a vent in the ceiling opens. Clang, clang, clang. And something crawls out. Rare. It's me, the alien. This is a game changer.
Ripley rushes back out to the lobby where the loot...
I love how the fact that every so often it looks like the alien's about to start doing like the moonwalk. He's about to like bust it into a dance move. I love that.
Were.
It looks like the looters are in a fight with the alien. Ripley watches them all get killed, even though they're pretty much just innocent civilians trying to stay alive. This is a man! Ripley then sneaks to the lift. Ripley is now in the comms department, and working the reception is Working Joe, a type of synthetic. Ripley goes, "Okay, Apollo, take me to the comms control room." The android says,
"Did you know you can get it all done faster and more easily online? Go to
fuckface, I don't want to talk to you.
For problems with such and such, press 1.
I've got a totally unique problem.
Are you having a problem with resetting your password?
Oh, forget it. I'm going my own way." And then she crawls into the vent, and then while crawling through the vent, she witnesses another survivor talking to an android, and... I don't think I can trust this Joe fella anymore, and she sneaks around all the androids till she gets to an elevator. So Ripley is at the cops, and then she suddenly hears,
"Breaker, breaker, this is Verlaine on the Torrens.
Did any of our EVAs make it on board? Please respond."
Ripley goes, "Oh my god, I gotta get on the phone to them real quick." She goes, and presses the button. Access denied. External communications have been disabled by Apollo, the ship's AI. Alright, Ripley, maybe there's someone on the ship who can help you. I hope that's all in the same room, right?
No, I'm gonna have to sneak past all these androids.
She goes to the local communications room, she hears a transmission, and it's Samuels.
"Samuels, there's an alien on the ship and it's dangerous."
"Taylor is hurt. She was injured by debris during the crossing."
Samuel says, "Ripley, go off and find medical supplies. It's time for another cyclist."
Okay, so we do a...
That's what I'm saying. Why did you bring the lawyer to begin with? He's like, she's hurt. No shit. She's not qualified to even go out there as a search team. Like, my god, she's a fucking egghead. She don't know anything else.
Side quest, we get some medical supplies. We ain't said through all that. Yada, yada, yada. Dr. Coleman. He's the best damn doctor.
I love internet historians. He's so much like me. I'd be like, okay, let's cut this part out. Yada, yada, yada. Fast forward through the... Okay, okay, yeah, we'll start with this part of the story. Well, who needs all this filler, ladies and gentlemen?
Doctor in the business, strutting towards the door because he's about to heal a patient. All right, open that door. Oh my god.
Of course.
Hug. Oh, that was pretty spooky. Oh, the tension. Then what happens? She walks back in and Taylor and Samuels are like kissing and Ripley's like, oh, you know.
No, actually, Samuels is having an argument with Marshall Waits.
Really? What do they disagree about? He was kissing Taylor and Marshall Waits loves Taylor?
He's angry that they got on board.
What?
I sent you a clear directive not to land on station.
I told you we didn't hear your message.
I'm not the only illegal alien on this ship.
Ripley asks, Waits, what is this alien? So Waits says the alien was brought on board by some dude named Marlo. And Marlo is the captain of the Anissa Dora, which is that ship that brought in the flight recorder unit from the Nostromo.
Right.
So they're now at the Marshal Bureau, and Waits says to Ripley, we have Marlo here, he's in a cell.
Okay, so he's in this cell because he refuses to give
That's a face only a mother would love. My God, Jesus Christ.
up the codes that would allow a ship to arrive at the station, which would give them an out to leave the station. Listen, Marlo, you tell me everything you know. What do you want with an empty flight recorder anyway, Ripley? I miss my mom. I never found the ship. I just found the recorder. It goes like this. I just want out. I just want to make a deal. What did you tell me?
Not a recorder. From school, did you guys remember that in school? Maybe some of you didn't. In our school, like, I went to a school for a day. I wanted to go to this one school because it was out of my. It's not supposed to be this. There was no school buses for the school I wanted to go to because I wanted to play the saxophone, and this one school offered music. And they had some spots people who want to play saxophone. I couldn't do that, so the school I went to, they had a music program, but they had these stupid things which he just showed a recorder. When I first heard about that, I was like, the teacher's like, "Well, we're going to you spent what was it $12 for us to pay for the recorder." And it'll be ours. It comes like a little sleeve or whatever. The case, they called it. And I still had no idea what the hell she was talking about. I thought recorder, like a tape recorder. And if I could say that without spitting on myself, that'd be great. But when we actually got them in, I was like, this is like a flute. What the fuck is this? What are you? This is a joke, right? Why is it called a recorder? This is a flute. I don't want to play a fucking flute. I want to play a saxophone. Why do I feel like I just got like the low soft one without my consent? I felt so I was so betrayed. I paid for that $12 and I think I failed the rest of that class. I was so pissed. I was so rebellious with it. I was so pissed. So pissed. I was beginning of high school, I think. I think that was my freshman year. And I was just like, this is annoying. Girl.
We got the fucking alien. And Marlo goes, all right, I'll tell you. But I gotta tell you through a flashback. We are now playing as Marlo on the Anissa Dora. They are looking for a beacon. They step out onto the planet, which is storming. Marlo then comes out to a clearing and sees a giant derelict spaceship. And it's an alien one. It's the same one from the film with the movie 1979. Yeah, there's Ridley Scott, that's how you can tell. Marlo and his crew head into the ship. Suddenly, one of the crewmates says,
Marlo, you have got to see this.
The camera pans to a large cargo area, which is full of eggs, and not the...
One thing I do notice, if this is in-game graphics, the in-game graphics is actually not too bad on this. I was expecting a lot worse, let's be honest. With some of these licensed franchise games, they always like suck, honestly. The graphics, I don't know anything about this gameplay. I've heard a lot of people did like this game. So that's a plus. That's way better than I've heard any other past licensed game, like Terminator or God knows what other the ones I can't even come up with right now. But at least this game, I've heard some people say, yeah, I did play this, and yes, I did enjoy it, and I would play it again. So, at least this game has something going for it.
The good kind. My name is Catherine Foster, and I am husband to Marlo. We're such a happy relationship, I cannot wait for it to keep going in perpetuity. Wow, an egg!
She gets her face hugged.
Oh, that's sweet.
By an alien spider.
Oh, no.
If you know what happens next.
A baby.
A baby, yeah. Congrats.
Yeah.
Flashback over.
Ripley is not very satisfied about this story. That is dumb, she says. Marlo, you must give me the ship codes. That was the thing I really came in here to interrogate you about. I ain't gonna tell you nothing unless you let me out of this jail cell. Hey, that's not gonna happen, Marlo.
So one of the marshals, Ricardo, tells Marshal Waits that there's been a lot of activity in the tech spy recently, and it has to be the alien. Waits says now is the time to trap it.
Hell yeah, dude.
Waits says have a flamethrower.
Let's hope this thing works.
It's an animal. Animals are afraid of fire.
That's stupid. Animals also don't have acid for blood.
Yeah.
And a mouth inside their mouth.
I mean, hold on. Whoa. Actually, the moray eels have an inner jaw. Do they really? I never knew that. I didn't fart. If you heard that, that was my leather chair. I was just... don't try me. Ew. So it's way back there that that second jaw, and then it comes out when it opens its mouth. Ew. Ugh, so
by the way,
gross.
Samuel is going to the android processing place, and once the alien is dealt with, Samuel will access the AI of the ship, and they will lift the lockdown, and everything will be good again. And you and I should go out for a coffee sometime. I think we have a lot in common.
Oh yeah, Samuel's a synthetic, by the way. We're gonna go to Gemini Labs now. The labs can be separated from the station, so Waits says, Ripley, go into the labs and lure the alien in there. Ripley lures the alien into the labs, turns on all the systems, and as she goes to exit, the door shuts. And Waits says, I'm sorry, Ripley, but I have to get rid of the alien.
This is a man's world!
Oh my god, I've been betrayed, says Ripley.
The lab is being jettisoned from the station, and the alien's on board the lab.
Oh my god.
Man.
Ripley needs to get in a spacesuit.
We were in space the whole time? Now that's a twist. Go on.
She has to wait for the pressurized chamber to pressurize.
While waiting, Ripley holds off the alien with a flamethrower. Once it pressurizes, Ripley jumps into the airlock, and then she locks the door. And then she kind of jiggles the handle, and yep, no, it's definitely locked. And then she gets into a space suit. They have those in the future. Then suddenly, the door of the airlock opens, and Ripley is sucked out into space. Luckily, she is headed straight for the station. Doing, it makes a noise, and she gets inside.
Waits, I'm not very happy about being used as bait and left to die.
Yeah, what the heck?
Marshal Waits responds,
I had to get rid of that alien, no matter what, and I love you.
I'm coming back to the Marshal Bureau, Waits. Just you wait and see what I'll do to you, Waits.
Come back to the Bureau, and we can talk it out. And then Ripley says,
okay.
And then she picks up her phone again, and she goes,
What's up, Ricardo?
Let me tell you something, Ripley. You gotta stay on alert. There are androids acting up. They're killing all the survivors, and they're heading straight for you.
Suddenly, over the radio, Ripley hears Marshal Waits.
You bastards, you murdering bastards, leave him alone! Stand down!
The androids are attacking the Bureau. Ripley makes it back to the Bureau. Everyone is dead.
No.
Oh, Ricardo's alive though.
Oh, hooray.
Oh yeah, and Taylor and Marlo are missing.
Ricardo stays behind with all the dead bodies, but Ripley is heading off on her own to the synthetics department.
Ripley finds Samuels. Samuels is like, I need to use this CT scan device to contact Apollo and tell the androids to stand down.
Which, as you remember, Apollo is the name of the ship's AI. Yep.
So he gets in the device, but it starts overcharging. And Samuels is like, Ripley, quick, turn it off. And she disconnects all the cables, but it's too late.
He used one of those dodgy universal plug charger things.
And he got fried.
Oh.
And Ripley says, Samuels, you're dying. And Samuel says,
Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
I know. I can feel it.
I've opened the lift.
I put so much lemon juice up in my water. God damn. Talk about pucker power. Jesus Christ. Any congestion I had in my chest, that's bringing it up. Holy shit, that was intense. Lemon. I love lemon, but I thought I put a little bit more water in there versus lemon flavor. I use real lemon juice, and I buy like the big bottle of just real lemon juice because that's no sugar. And it's great for me to kind of curb my appetite. I don't know, maybe it's a mental thing. But that's getting down to the bottom, and I noticed there's like the lemon really flavor is like getting down really strong toward the bottom. Oh my god, holy fuck. Let's go back a little bit. I was in citric acid shock for a second there. Okay. Oh my god. I thought I was gonna burp.
Fried.
Oh.
And Ripley says, Samuels, you're dying. And Samuel says,
No shit.
Yeah, I know. I can feel it.
I've opened the lift to Apollo for you, so go down there and talk to Apollo.
Thanks very much, says Ripley, but I think we should just be friends. So Ripley then gets on the phone to her not-quite boyfriend, Ricardo.
Rip, I just found something here. An interview tape. You need to hear it.
What's this? It's between Taylor and Marlo. What does Taylor say? Well, she says...
Listen, Marlo, I work for the company, Weyland-Yutani, and I want all the data on the location of the planet where you found the alien spaceship.
And Marlo goes, yeah, well, let me out. And she goes, okay. Which is bad, and she should
Okay.
not have done that.
Not.
Ripley then takes the bus to Apollo.
This stop is Apollo.
And then the busy work begins. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Sneaking around, doing the thing, yada, yada, yada. Anyway, she goes up to a computer in the
What's your
future
fetch
and
quest?
she uses it to communicate with Apollo. And Ripley goes, listen up, Apollo. You need to disengage these androids, stat.
That's a big negative, Ripley. Waste Special Order 939 in progress.
Bitch.
Is that Weyland-Yutani? And Apollo responds by going, yeah, pretty much. Majesty, I'm confused. Explain that.
Weyland-Yutani owns Sevastopol Station. They've bought it secretly because they want to protect the alien specimen and mass produce it as a bioweapon. Which is why they've created this special order for the androids to kill everyone. Because if you kill everyone, there'll be no witnesses.
So, Ripley tells Apollo, listen up, that alien is no longer on the station. I ejected it into space real good on the med lab. Also, you don't want that alien anyway. Have me instead. Because that alien, it'll kill everyone. Don't you understand? It's about love. No, negative.
Apollo says, scans indicate there's still aliens on board over in the reactor.
Oh no, there are aliens in the reactor? They'll damage the instrument. Careful, that one's ruffled. Cut to reactor. So Ripley doesn't see anything particularly out of the ordinary here. She then hops into an elevator and then she heads down to the base of the reactor.
God, no.
Is that some sort of alien nest?
Ricardo, they're all here. Everyone that's missing. Everyone. They're trapped in some kind of nest. There are eggs in...
It's Easter.
And then Ricardo says, the world's most obvious statement.
You should get out of there, Ripley.
No shit.
She whips out her flamethrower. She decides to destroy the nest. Ripley takes a karate stance, then all of a sudden, she punches a facehugger. She uses a flamethrower with her praying mantis stance. Oh, fuck, this doesn't work at all. Stuff happens. Here it is.
Right.
And then she makes it out okay, which is awesome.
Ripley has primed the reactors for an explosion. And Ripley goes and she presses the button.
Oh my god.
And the reactor starts purging.
Oh no, it's bulimic.
So there's electricity, and the nest gets obliterated.
That's cool.
Except a bunch of aliens crawled up before the nest exploded.
Oh.
And they're running loose around the station. Ripley is like, I'm gonna just go back to the Marshall Bureau now. Wait, Ripley, because of your reactor purge, a bunch of systems are now back online. Maybe the comms will work. I'm gonna go to comms. I want you to go to medical.
Oh, you're not feeling well.
Just go to medical.
A few moments later.
Just go to
I went to
medical.
comms and it's broken still.
Awesome.
Time for plan B, Ripley. You know why you're in medical?
Hold on a minute. I'm in medical, and you're talking about plan B. Yup. I'm about to take the pill.
Listen, there are ambulances. They're short-range shuttles that go around the station. We could probably use them to get to the Anisadora, which is now nearby the station, because Marlo brought it in.
Oh, I follow it, right? So I should throw myself down the stairs and then call it an accident.
Just get into an ambulance, Ripley. Ripley sneaks through the area, and there are aliens, of course.
Yeah.
But then she finds the ambulance, and she jumps in. Ripley's now in an ambulance, flying towards the Anisadora.
Oh, how fancy, yeah.
Yep. And she makes her way onto the ship, and all the lights are off.
Oh, that's pretty spooky.
And over the intercom, there's a voice.
Marlo goes,
Ah, Ripley. Welcome to the Anisadora.
Oh yeah, thanks.
Before Marlo can continue his welcoming, Taylor goes, Marlo double-crossed me.
Where are you, Marlo? Come and find me, Ripley. I have something for you, Ripley.
Wait a minute. Is it my mom? Oh my god. Marlo then says, listen, I did everything I could to try and save my wife. And Ripley goes, no one cares. I'm trying to find my mom. This is about my mom. It's not about your wife. There's no way to beat this thing. The only way to win is not to fight at all. Okay, says Ripley, and she continues making her way to Marlo. And this is where we reach the apex of the story.
Ripley comes across a terminal that contains the data of the Nostromo's flight recorder. It's a personal message to Ripley from her mother, Sigourney Weaver. Do you remember?
We're about to hear the message. The whole purpose of this entire game, the climax. Let us hear it now.
Hello, Ripley. This is your mother from the past. Everyone on the Nostromo is dead, and it's haunted now because of an alien creature. It's so dangerous. Anyway, I'm sorry I didn't get to see you growing up. I had to go trucking just before you were born.
Trucking.
I would describe myself as a fighter. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. For over 30 years, my fight...
Trucking.
And Ripley's like, my mom.
I went ice road trucking.
But there's no time to get sentimental because...
Suddenly, on the other side of the window is Marlo, and he's holding Taylor hostage. Marlo says, I'm gonna blow up the ship, and it's gonna blow up Sevastopol, and we're gonna get rid of all the aliens, Ripley. It's gonna be great.
That's awesome, says Ripley, surely?
No, she doesn't say that.
Why doesn't she want everything destroyed?
She says, you're crazy, Marlo. There are people on board. I don't want Ricardo to die.
Listen, Ripley, if your mother was here, she'd agree with me. Then suddenly, Taylor knocks Marlo out while he's distracted. Aha! But it's too late because the reactor has begun overloading.
Taylor, I'll stop the overload. You have to help me. Go to that console.
So she turns a thing. Thank you, Maintenance Jack. You will be remembered. And it works. Oh, good job, Taylor. But then all of a sudden...
It's still too late for the ship because a smaller explosion happens. And Taylor dies. Not Taylor, the shifty legal executive. Ripley runs through the ship back to the ambulance and flies back to Sevastopol. And she gets back in touch with Ricardo, and she says, Ricardo, the Anisadora's screwed.
Ripley, let me tell you, the blast from the Anisadora, it took out the orbital stabilizers, and the station is slowly falling back to the planet. Ripley says,
the only possible way out of here, Ricardo, is the Torrens.
Alright, stop. You know what this game is? Annoying logistics. So I have to go to this room, but it's locked. But I can't get in there till I do a thing. But then look out, here's an impediment. And oh, here's another obstacle. Whoops, you gotta go over here. Whoops, you gotta go over here. I hope you enjoyed that 6 hours of pointless circle walking. Anyway, now you have to go here. This game...
Hold on, before he goes any further. That is so true. This sounds like it does a lot of that. Normally, I would think that's tedious and stupid. I would never play a game like that. But yeah, I play Fallout 4, and I side with the Minutemen, which is obscene amount of just fetch quests and bullshit. So, me playing 6 hours of bullshit, like he says, it really won't bother me too much. A few years back, I'll be like, well, that's stupid. Why would you want to play a game like that? Well, I play games like that. Sad state of affairs.
Has one plot point. I want the flight recorder, run back and forth doing errands. Everybody dies. The end. This sucks. The graphics look pretty good. It kind of spooky, I guess.
Ripley, the door here is locked. You must open 5 other locked doors to open this one.
Boy, does this game just suck. Can they add something to it? Like, she teams up with her mom, but then it turns out that her mom has a congenital heart defect. She's got to rescue her from a swimming pool.
That really improves the plot of this game.
Hold on. Now let me try again. Hold on. They got to find the buried treasure in the alien planet, but when they do, they find out all along that love is the biggest treasure of all. But you know what I mean? Just give us something. All right, where were we?
The comms are still
oh my god, the comms. And then Ripley meets up with Ricardo. I love you, Ricardo. It's been you all along. Ricardo says, with Marlo's permission, still logged in or whatever, the coordinates for the Torrens, whatever. Then they go to the observatory, then up the hostile go thing. Ripley takes them all out. Bang, bang, bang. Hops on the spacesuit, and then what? Towing platform. They're getting out of there. Ripley tells Ricardo, listen, I'm leaving. I'm heading down to the thing. Oh, listen up, you got a face hugger on your face, and I want to hug your face, but not when it's got one of those on it. And then it's time to leave. Go up to the thing. She reboots the power system. More logistics. She goes up.
I want to hug your face, but that one you have that on your face. What stupid line! I love his sense of humor so much. It's so stupid, but I love every minute of it.
Lights, get the brain, get outside the spacesuit. Listen, we want to be able to say that there's 8 hours of gameplay on the box. Can you add another hour of gameplay to it? Yeah, sure. Watch this. Just as the player's about to leave the station and end the game, we'll just add this.
What, an alien?
And anyway, they have some eggs, and then they do a thing, and then there's some streaky bacon, not that middle kind. Then there's Sevastopol thing. We cut to and the light from the ship, it explodes. We cut to Ripley. She's floating in space in her spacesuit. Uh-oh, I missed something. And then
you missed a lot, actually.
And then a light from the ship passes by to suggest she's about to be saved by a rescue craft. I'll always remember that light as the shining beacon that was my mother, who was never there all along. The end. Epilogue time. So have you seen Alien 2?
Yeah.
Sigourney Weaver finds out her daughter is married, but has no kids, and is also dead.
I promised her that I'd be home for her birthday.
Yeah, so all that teenage angst, all for nothing?
No, because there's a sequel to Alien Isolation.
Ooh.
It's called Alien Blackout. And it's a Five Nights at Freddy's ripoff for the mobile.
Guys, I played the new FNAF, and it's pretty good.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, we should play that. Question mark?
Do you have a question, Mark?
Why is it called Alien Isolation?
Because you're isolated on a space station.
Are you? There's lots of other people around.
But you're still isolated from the rest of the universe.
I'm giving an unimpressed face. You can't see it, but I'm unimpressed.
I'll liquefy it in Photoshop or something.
How come there were so many eggs aboard that station when, there was only one alien and she wasn't even on her period?
There are two potential answers to that question, Mark.
Just give me one.
The developers said that there's a queen on the station somewhere, but we never see her.
Boy, is that unsatisfying. Give me the other one.
In the original film Alien, there was a cut scene where they showed a process of one of the crewmates turning into an egg. Deep alien lore.
He turns into an egg. So what, he just gets like stouter and fatter
He's like,
and rounder.
He's like half an egg, half a man.
That looks
Did you know
so gross.
the game was first revealed in May 2011 when the UK government minister visited the developers, then tweeted that the team was hiring people for an Alien game.
What a dummy. Goes to like the defense department. Bro, you wouldn't believe the missiles we're working on. What's the deal with this? Like, so there's these origami unicorns. You're a nerd, Your Majesty. You tell me, what's going on there?
Well, what other films has Ridley Scott worked on?
Oh, Gladiator.
No.
He did A Bug's Life, didn't he? Yikes, you idiot.
What about a movie with Harrison Ford?
Oh, Star Wars.
No, Blade Runner.
Haven't heard of it. Whoa, she's tough.
She's got her arms crossed.
Why doesn't the daughter look like this? You know, why does she look like this? Oh, they've got 6 fingers. Interesting.
Actually, 5 fingers, 1 thumb.
A thumb is a finger. Why wouldn't it be a
It's missing 1 joint.
That's not the definition of a finger. In the future, we're going to evolve to have 6 fingers anyway, because better at typing. You'd be able to type 20% faster. And then if you had to meet a deadline or something, right, you'd be more likely to survive.
Does that make you easier to breed with, though?
The ladies love it. I'd tell you what the problem with the alien design is. No genitals.
Well, you don't need them when you have a little crab that you stick on someone's face.
But except that the queen lays eggs. Where's the male equivalent? You know what I mean?
It's kind of like a bee where the drones don't breed, and this is a drone.
So if there's only one alien on board, you don't actually need to worry.
Aliens can eventually evolve into queens if need be.
Oh, okay, so they're like an eel. Boy, they really go a long way to hide the feet. Really? Yeah, they're kind of funny.
DeviantArt. Why are you looking at this?
I don't know, it's funny. This is the old one?
That's the original, yeah.
Yeah, this is kind of spookier, to be honest. How come they don't look this spooky anymore? What happens if you grab one of the tubes and squeeze? You know what would be a cool movie? Alien actually reaches Earth.
It could be London, and it's just a big hive.
What animal do you think survives the xenomorphs?
Probably the tardigrade.
I would have said rhinoceros, because they're pretty tough. Do not forget Raid.
All right. Well, shit, that was abrupt. Anyway, okay, computer, shut up. Well, that gives me a lot of back. Now that gives me a lot more in detail of what Alien Isolation is about. I remember seeing it at GameStop, and I was kind of looking at it, but I was like I said earlier, a licensed game. I've been burned before with previous licensed game, and they always end up to be like they cut corners. The graphics sucks. The gameplay sucks. If one it looks really good, then one part of it is bad. If it's like if it looks pretty, then the mechanics sucks. So, but it looks like Internet Historian wasn't really too impressed with it at the end of it all. So I don't know. It looked pretty cool. I don't know. I don't think I'll ever play it, but it looks pretty cool. If you can pull me away from Fallout 4, then maybe I would play it. But if Fallout 4 has mods, then I might not be able to play the other game. I still crack out by Fallout 4. Anyway, enough of that. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. And please take care of yourself. And guess what? Tech Fortress, shut up. Enough of your statuses. It's the holiday season. It's just around the corner. It's just a few days away. Christmas Eve, and then next week we're gonna have New Year's. Do you believe it's gonna be 2023 already? It's crazy. I can't believe how fast this year has gone. But I hope you all have a great holiday, and take care of yourself. If I don't make another video before Christmas, yeah, please take care. Enjoy yourself. Have fun. Be safe. Celebrate this holiday season. It's not 2020. 2022, it's a little bit better than 2020, so at least there's that. At least we were able to see family this year. A lot of people still didn't see family last year because of the whole COVID thing. So this year, I think people are getting back into, routine and stuff like that. So that's a plus. I could tell by my views that people are doing more stuff and traveling and not watching my damn videos. 2020, my views were crazy high. It was awesome. Anyway, thank you so much. Take care and bye.